Alright, let's load up our lives. We haven't done that in a long time, have we? And look at it. The UI is cluttered, soiled, outdated, it's a mess. There's just so much going on, and it seems like just one update is going to crash the whole system. You and I, we both have to make that update. The one thing that's going to change us for the rest of our lives is a project that we can call ours. Here's how we made our game.
Reload! Boom! Double kill! Whoa! Watch out! Ouch!
We are losing you!
Watch out!
Grenades ready.
Need ammo! Watch out!
Hello, I'm Xavier Grubb. I'm a recent graduate of George Mason, majoring in computer game design. At George Mason, in the computer game design major, they teach you a lot of segments of skill sets. They don't teach you like, okay, so you want to be a 3D modeler, let's go into that. They go, so here's what a 3D modeler does at a base level. Here's what this does at a base level. And they do that for each of the positions. And then it's up to you to then select one of those positions and go in yourself on your own time to build that skill set.
The only way you can physically do this is if you are obsessive. You aren't going to accomplish anything if you don't do this every day for 2 hours at least. If you don't have the time, you must push yourself, you must stay awake into the night. Quincy and I are indie game developers, and specifically, we are virtual reality indie game developers. Well, why VR games? Well, that's a big question. Commercial-wise, doing VR games could be risky. That's true. But look at other markets, right? So for example, mobile games, or computer games, or console games, there are already many developers out there, many game titles out there. So the market is kind of saturated. I would see VR gaming is at the dawn stage now. It's kind of like in the 80s when we started to have game console coming out, like Nintendo, right? So that time it was like truly amazing because no one would imagine they could buy a machine like a machine at home and then they can play lots of games. You cannot compare other games that are developed for other platforms to games that are developed for VR, right? In terms of the immersiveness, like in VR, you can totally immerse someone into a completely different world, right? That you can never achieve in other types of mediums. So we look at VR as kind of a new era.
Watch out! Watch out! Pentakill! Need ammo! I am out of ammo! Watch out!
People put on headset to relax, right? And they want something exciting. They want something immediate. And the arcade game idea could be practical for virtual reality game, right? Because for arcade games, you go to the machine, you put in your coins, and then you immediately immerse into another world. So we borrow that idea from arcade game and we want to realize it in virtual reality. So that's where Battle of Nowhere originally comes from. So when it comes to the style of the Battle of Nowhere game, well, we want the user to immerse in a world that they are always fascinated about, but they have never been to. So we're thinking about creating like a comic style world.
Health warning. Great Victory Legends presents Battle of Nowhere. Update announcement.
Got it.
How do two college professors with a full-time job, families, and an endless list of responsibilities make time to accomplish our dreams? This was our live question, our main obstacle, and I'm guessing it's the same for you.
For indie game developers, I would say time management is really critical, right? Because like many other indie game developers, I have a day job. Right? My day job is a professor, so I have to teach. I have so many professor duties I need to handle, and I also manage a lab with around like 20 students. And time is always a very limited resource. Like I work till midnight, basically every day, Monday to Sunday. But I also enjoy the process because whether it's my day job or the indie game I'm developing, that's my passion, right? So that's my dream.
When you walk outside, you start picturing how you can frame real life into whatever you're making. You start imagining trees, street corners, subway stations as 3D models and environments. You start imagining the story, the game incentive, the controls and mechanics. And suddenly, you realize what you're meant to do with your life.